Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel Expensive Coins. Here we talk about the most valuable and sought-after coins in today's market. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow coin lovers. Today, we are looking at 3 special quarter-dollar coins from the United States of America, the years 1985, 1986, and 1988. At first glance, they may look like ordinary pocket change, but trust me, some of these quarters, especially in rare silver strikes, error varieties, or even those found in unusual circulated condition, have become major players in the coin collecting world. These treasures are not just small pieces of metal, they are fragments of American history, carrying stories of the past while also becoming highly valuable to collectors. Whether they shine in silver or show the worn and dirty patina of age, such coins often turn out to be worth far more than their face value. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or someone who simply appreciates the beauty and significance of American currency, then this video is just for you. Now, let's get started. First up, coin number 1. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most mysterious and fascinating coins ever minted in America, the 1985 quarter-dollar silver coin from the United States of America. Now, most people would laugh at the idea of a 1985 quarter being worth millions, but those who truly understand the world of rare coins know the truth. In its ultra-rare silver form, this coin has the power to change lives overnight. If you have this coin sitting in a drawer, tucked away in a forgotten box, or mixed in with old change, then you might just be holding a ticket to unimaginable wealth. The 1985 quarter is special because, officially, the U.S. Mint no longer struck quarters in silver for circulation after 1964. But history tells us that minting is not always perfect, and mistakes, or intentional experiments, slipped through. Some planchets from earlier years found their way into the presses. Some silver prototypes were struck when they shouldn't have been. And that's how legends like the 1985 silver quarter were born. A coin that should not exist, but does, and because of that impossibility, it has become one of the most sought-after treasures in numismatics. Imagine finding this coin. At first glance, it looks like any other quarter. George Washington's profile shines on the obverse, while the proud eagle spreads its wings on the reverse. But if you look closer, you notice something different. It feels heavier in your hand. The sound it makes when you drop it is sharper, purer. And when tested, you discover that it is made of silver, not the usual copper-nickel mix of modern quarters. That is the moment when your world changes forever. Collectors call coins like this miracles of survival. They were never meant to be released, but through some twist of fate, they slipped past the mint's watchful eyes and found their way into circulation. Because of this, they are astronomically rare, so rare that most collectors will never even see one in their lifetime. And it is precisely this rarity that gives the 1985 silver quarter its astronomical value. In today's market, stories circulate of this coin being worth millions of dollars. Now, you might wonder, how can a 25-cent piece carry such a price tag? The answer is simple: supply and demand. When something is almost impossible to find, and yet highly desired, the value shoots through the roof. Wealthy collectors are willing to pay unimaginable sums just to own a coin that others can only dream of. But the value of the 1985 silver quarter isn't just about money. It's about history. It's about mystery. It's about the thrill of discovery. Holding this coin is like holding a secret that the U.S. Mint never meant to share. It's like uncovering a hidden chapter of American currency, a story told not through words but through metal, weight, and shine. Picture this: a collector walks into an auction house with a silver 1985 quarter in pristine condition. The bidding starts at thousands, then quickly rises to hundreds of thousands, and before long, the numbers climb into the millions. The room holds its breath, and finally, the hammer falls. A once ordinary quarter, a coin most people would overlook, has just changed hands for a price greater than most houses. That's the kind of power this coin has. For those who own one, the advice is clear: never spend it at face value. Never let it slip away for a low price. This coin is not just currency, it is a treasure chest in disguise. It is an object that can rewrite your fortune, turning an ordinary day into the day your life changed forever. And let's not forget, condition matters. A 1985 silver quarter in dirty or circulated condition is already priceless, but one in mint-state brilliance can skyrocket in value even more. Collectors and grading services pay immense attention to the tiniest details, every shine, every scratch, every flaw. The better the condition, the greater the fortune. The 1985 silver quarter also carries a deeper meaning for the world of numismatics. It reminds collectors that treasures can be hidden anywhere. It could be in your pocket change, in a jar on your shelf, or in a dusty attic box passed down through family. That's why coin enthusiasts never stop searching, because the next discovery could be the coin that makes history. This coin is also a symbol of resilience. Through decades of minting changes, material shortages, and policy shifts, the spirit of the silver coin survived in 1985. It slipped through barriers, defied the rules, and emerged as an ultra-rare masterpiece. For many collectors, owning this coin is like owning a piece of destiny. Think about the journey of such a coin. Struck by accident, or perhaps as a hidden test, slipping through unnoticed at the mint, traveling through hands and pockets, only to finally be recognized decades later as a priceless artifact. The story of the 1985 silver quarter is not just about money. It is about fate, chance, and the mysteries that life leaves for us to uncover. Collectors often say that when you hold a coin like this, you feel its weight in more ways than one. Not just the physical heaviness of silver, but the heaviness of history, the burden of rarity, and the overwhelming thrill of owning something so few will ever touch. That feeling is what drives the numismatic world. It's not only about wealth, but about connection. And so, my friends, the 1985 silver quarter stands tall among the legends of American coinage. It is rare, it is valuable, and it is transformative. If you ever come across one, know that you are not holding 25 cents, you are holding millions of dollars, you are holding history, and you are holding the power to change your fortune overnight. So as we wrap up today's journey, remember this: the world of coins is filled with secrets waiting to be uncovered. The 1985 silver quarter is proof that miracles exist in numismatics. It is proof that even the most ordinary-looking coin can turn out to be the rarest of treasures. And it is proof that your life could change with something as small as a single coin in your hand. Now the question is, could you be the next person to discover one? Could fortune be hiding in your collection, your wallet, or your family's old keepsakes? Keep searching, keep looking, and never underestimate the power of coins. Because, as the 1985 silver quarter shows us, the next million-dollar treasure might already be closer than you think. Next is. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating legends of American currency, the 1986 quarter-dollar silver coin from the United States of America. At first glance, it looks just like any ordinary Washington quarter, the same type of coin you may have carried in your pocket, spent on a snack, or tossed into a fountain. But hidden among the millions of ordinary copper-nickel quarters lies a version so rare, so extraordinary, and so valuable that it has the potential to make you a millionaire overnight. Yes, you heard that right. This small 25-cent coin, if struck on a silver planchet in 1986, carries a value in today's market that can be measured not in hundreds or thousands, but in millions of dollars. What makes the 1986 silver quarter so legendary is the fact that it should not exist. Officially, the U.S. Mint stopped producing quarters in silver after 1964, moving permanently to the clad copper-nickel composition. Yet, through either accident, experiment, or minting anomaly, a small number of quarters dated 1986 were struck on leftover silver planchets. That mistake, or miracle, depending on how you see it, gave birth to a coin that was never meant to circulate, a coin that defies history, and a coin that today stands as one of the ultimate rarities in American numismatics. Imagine being the lucky person who stumbles upon one. You pull out some change, expecting nothing more than the usual mix of coins, but then you notice something odd. This 1986 quarter feels heavier, more solid, and when you drop it onto a hard surface, it doesn't give the dull thud of clad metal but the bright, ringing tone of silver. You test it, you investigate it, and then the truth hits you. You are holding a silver quarter from 1986, one of the most valuable treasures the coin-collecting world has ever whispered about. Collectors call this type of coin a wrong planchet strike, but for those who hold it, it's more than just an error. It's a fortune disguised as pocket change. Its sheer impossibility makes it irresistible to collectors, and its extreme rarity makes it priceless in auctions. Imagine a coin that should never have left the mint, surviving decades in the shadows, and then emerging to command millions of dollars in the open market. That is the story of the 1986 silver quarter. The design itself, of course, is familiar. George Washington's bold profile on the obverse and the proud eagle on the reverse. But when struck on silver, the same design takes on an entirely different life. The luster shines brighter, The details stand out more sharply, and the very feel of the coin is different. Collectors are drawn not only to the rarity but also to the beauty of the piece. It is as if the ordinary has been transformed into the extraordinary, carrying with it both history and allure. Now, let's talk about value. A regular 1986 quarter is worth only its face value, 25 cents. But a 1986 silver quarter? That's where the magic begins. In auctions, stories circulate of these coins fetching incredible sums, even soaring into the millions, depending on their condition, their provenance, and the passion of the collectors bidding for them. This is not just a coin, it's a life-changing discovery, capable of rewriting fortunes in the blink of an eye. Condition plays a massive role here. Even a circulated silver quarter from 1986 is a treasure beyond compare, but one in pristine, uncirculated condition could easily set record-breaking prices. Grading services carefully examine such coins under magnification, noting every detail, every scratch, every mark. The cleaner and sharper the coin, the higher its grade, and the higher its value. But let's be clear, even one that looks dirty, worn, or ordinary to the naked eye is still worth more than gold when you discover its silver core. What makes coins like the 1986 silver quarter even more fascinating is their element of mystery. How many were struck? How many slipped past the mint's careful watch? Were they true accidents, or were they experimental strikes that somehow leaked out? These unanswered questions only add to the legend, fueling the demand and elevating the value higher with each passing year. Think for a moment about how such a coin could have traveled. From the mint, into circulation, passed from hand to hand in stores, vending machines, or even pocket change. Perhaps it was overlooked for decades, sitting unnoticed in a jar or drawer. And then one day, someone finally realizes what they have been holding all along, a coin capable of changing their life forever. That's the romance and the thrill of coin collecting. Auctions are where the true magic unfolds. Picture a silver 1986 quarter being presented at a major numismatic event. The crowd leans forward, the auctioneer announces its rarity, and the bidding begins. The numbers climb rapidly. Thousands, then hundreds of thousands, and before long, the coin is commanding millions. The room is silent except for the gavel's final strike, and just like that, a tiny coin worth 25 cents in circulation has become a symbol of wealth, rarity, and history. This is why experts always say, never dismiss your change. A coin that looks ordinary may carry extraordinary secrets. The 1986 silver quarter is proof of that. It is a reminder that treasure still hides in plain sight, waiting for someone with sharp eyes and curiosity to uncover it. But beyond the money, there is a deeper magic to owning such a coin. It is the magic of holding history in your hand. It is the weight of rarity pressing against your palm. It is the thrill of knowing you possess something so unique, so legendary, that most collectors will never even see it, let alone own it. That feeling alone is priceless. And so, the 1986 silver quarter continues to live in the dreams of collectors, treasure hunters, and anyone who believes in the possibility of miracles. It is more than just a coin. It is a story, a legend, and a life-changing discovery all rolled into one. If you are fortunate enough to have one, guard it well. Do not let it go cheaply. Do not underestimate its power. Because in your hand lies not just a coin, but a fortune, a key to wealth, history, and the endless fascination of numismatics. My friends, as we close today's exploration, let this coin serve as a reminder. Treasures exist where you least expect them. The 1986 silver quarter stands as one of those rare jewels in the world of coins, carrying with it both mystery and unimaginable value. And who knows? Perhaps your next pocket full of change will reveal one of these miracles. That is the beauty of coin collecting. It is not just about money, but about discovery, adventure, and the chance that your life could change with something as small as a single coin. So keep searching, keep looking closely, and never take a coin for granted. The next great treasure might already be in your possession. And if it happens to be a 1986 silver quarter, then congratulations. Your fortune is already in your hand. Next. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most mysterious and ultra-rare coins ever whispered about in the collecting world, the 1988 $quarter silver coin from the United States of America. At first glance, this coin looks no different from any other quarter you've seen or spent. But behind that ordinary appearance lies a secret so powerful that it can turn a pocketful of change into a fortune worth millions of dollars. This is not just a coin, it is a golden ticket in silver form, a key that could change your life overnight. The fascinating thing about this 1988 silver quarter is that, according to official records, it should not even exist. By 1988, all quarters were being struck on clad copper-nickel planchets, a combination of metals that gave the coin durability but stripped it of its silver beauty. Yet somewhere in the U.S. Mint, a handful of mistakes, or miracles, occurred. Silver planchets, left over from earlier minting runs, may have been fed into the presses and struck with the 1988 quarter design. The result was a coin that was never authorized, never intended, and yet somehow escaped into the world, carrying with it a destiny unlike any other. Imagine being the lucky person who finds such a coin. You're counting out your change at the grocery store, and one quarter feels different. It shines with a brighter luster, it rings with a purer tone when dropped, and it carries a weight that feels unmistakably like silver. That's when you realize you're holding not just a piece of currency, but a piece of history that could make you a millionaire overnight. Collectors love stories like this because they combine mystery, rarity, and wealth. The 1988 silver quarter is more than an error, it is a numismatic legend. These coins are almost never seen in public, and when they do appear, the world of coin collectors stops to pay attention. Auction houses know that even a single example can ignite a bidding war, with prices skyrocketing into the millions. That's the kind of power a coin like this carries, the ability to transform its owner's fortune in an instant. The design itself is classic. On the obverse, the proud profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, gazes outward with strength and dignity. On the reverse, the eagle spreads its wings, symbolizing freedom and power. But struck in silver, these designs take on a glow that no copper-nickel coin could ever match. The metal shines differently, the details pop more vividly, and the entire coin seems to radiate with an energy of rarity. It's not just a coin, it's a masterpiece. Now, when it comes to value, the difference is staggering. A regular 1988 clad quarter is worth exactly 25 cents. But a 1988 silver quarter? That is where unimaginable wealth begins. Collectors estimate that depending on its condition, this coin could sell for millions. Think about that for a moment. The very same denomination you could use to buy a piece of candy could instead buy you a mansion, a fleet of cars, or even set you up for life. Condition is crucial when discussing such treasures. A heavily circulated silver quarter from 1988 is still priceless because of its rarity, but if you happen to discover one in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, its value climbs to astronomical levels. Professional grading services examine every tiny detail, every shine of luster, and every faint scratch, assigning grades that separate the rare from the extraordinary. But let's be clear, when it comes to a coin like this, any condition is life-changing. What adds to the magic of this coin is its aura of mystery. How many were struck? How many are still out there? Could there be one hiding in a jar of coins on your shelf, or sitting unnoticed in a drawer? Nobody knows. That uncertainty fuels the desire of collectors and keeps the hunt alive. Every time a collector goes through change, there's a moment of hope that maybe, just maybe, they'll stumble upon this mythical treasure. Let's not forget the role of auctions in this story. Picture it, a coin dealer walks onto the stage with a small, unassuming quarter from 1988. The crowd is curious but calm, until the auctioneer announces the words, "struck on a silver planchet." Suddenly the room changes. The bids start low, but within seconds they soar. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and then millions. The gavel comes down, and a tiny coin worth 25 cents has just sold for a life-changing sum. That's the drama, the magic, and the power of the 1988 silver quarter. For those who hold one of these coins, it is not just about wealth. It's about owning a piece of American history that was never supposed to exist. It's about the thrill of holding a secret that very few will ever experience. And it's about the realization that sometimes, miracles happen in the smallest, most unexpected ways. Think about the journey of such a coin. From the moment it was struck at the mint, it was already destined to be special. It may have passed through countless hands, sat in pockets, or even been tossed into a change jar, all while carrying its hidden fortune. And then, one day, someone with sharp eyes and a curious spirit uncovers the truth. That discovery is like finding buried treasure in your very own home. This is why coin collecting is such a fascinating world. It's not just about currency, it's about stories, mysteries, and hidden fortunes. The 1988 silver quarter embodies all of these elements in one small, shining piece of metal. It shows us that history has its quirks, and sometimes those quirks can change lives. But here's the most important lesson. If you ever come across a coin that feels unusual, heavier, shinier, or different, never dismiss it. Examine it carefully. Test it. Research it. Because the coin in your hand could be the very one that takes you from ordinary to extraordinary, from struggling to secure, from 25 cents to millions of dollars. Owning a 1988 silver quarter is not just about money. It's about pride, history, and the sheer joy of holding one of the rarest treasures the mint has ever produced. It's about knowing that you are part of a story that will be told for generations, a story of chance, rarity, and fortune. So, as you continue your own journey in coin collecting, let this coin serve as a symbol of hope and excitement. Keep searching, keep hunting, and never underestimate the value of what you hold in your pocket. Because treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered, and the 1988 silver quarter is proof of that. In conclusion, my friends, this coin is not just valuable, it is legendary. It has the power to change lives, to rewrite fortunes, and to inspire collectors all around the world. It is the reminder that the smallest discoveries can sometimes carry the greatest rewards. If you are lucky enough to have one of these coins in your possession, do not spend it, do not underestimate it, and do not part with it at a low price. Guard it, treasure it, and recognize it for what it is, a once-in-a-lifetime miracle. And with that, we end today's incredible journey into the story of the 1988 quarter-dollar silver coin, a coin that proves fortune sometimes hides in plain sight. Thank you for joining me, and remember, your next coin could be the key to unimaginable wealth.